Welcome to the Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Member Spotlight podcast. And with me is my guest, Juaquisha Truesdale. Isn't that a cool name? I love that name.
Mhm.
And Juaquisha has a very unique opportunity, a unique offering to us as real estate investors. And I'm just finding our group on my phone so I can see who's joining us.
Mhm.
I wanted to welcome you to the podcast. Every Friday, we do a member spotlight just to help different members get more visibility and for everybody to get to know each other. So I want to welcome you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yay. All right, so let me just find us on here so I can see who's joining us. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Got it. All right. So hi, Nick, Glazier, Lafayette, Hodges, and whoever else is joining us. Thanks for joining us. Great. So Juaquisha, I want to first find out pre-real estate, what's your professional life been? Give us your background.
Okay, real estate, my background has been customer service, dispatching, accounting, taxes, and mortgage customer service.
Okay. And walk us through leading up to what your niche is in real estate. How did you get into real estate? Are you an investor?
I've heard about it, but I haven't started investing yet.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what is your connection to real estate and being in the Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Group? What is your reason and desire for connecting with real estate investors? Hey, Mohammed Khan and Rose. I'll do that once in a while. I'll just
You're fine. My connection with real estate investor group is just want to learn how to invest and everything. I'm new to it. I've heard about it, learned a lot about it. Just need more education on it and how to get my foot forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that these Friday, hey, Gavin Watson and Lori Hollis, thanks for joining. That's what these Friday podcasts are for, everyone, by the way, is newer investors like Juaquisha, people who are up and coming on their way. And then on Wednesdays, we show the superstars, the ones who have made it, because I want to show everyone there's so many different ways to be a real estate investor, so many different opportunities, so many different niches in real estate, and so many different kinds of real estate investors. So Juaquisha, talk to us a little bit about what your niche is right now with regard to real estate. Yeah.
Right now, my niche is to help aspiring real estate agents pass the math portion of their exam. I started January 27th of last year. I saw a common theme in exam group. People were failing the exam because of the math, and I said I could help with that. So I put a video in the group, and off of that video, 4 people passed their exams. And then
off of my group, you put a video in my group about it?
No, it was an exam group.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And so far, I've helped 191 aspiring real estate agents become licensed through math and affirmations, making it easy for them to understand.
That's so cool. So
yes.
For those of you joining us today, how many of you have aspirations to get your real estate license? Please let me know in the chat. But this is a very unique thing and why I like to do these Friday podcasts, because it's not necessarily about like a superstar real estate investor. It could be someone like Juaquisha who has a very unique service to offer. So those of you who are interested in getting your real estate license and you're not great at math, she found a niche that a lot of people fail their real estate, licensing exams because of the math portion. And that's how she helps real estate agents, but that's also how she can help you as an investor if you're wanting to get your real estate license for a variety of reasons. Just pay less in commissions to other agents, have more access, make it just easier for you to pull comps, whatever it is.
Yes.
Juaquisha could help you with that. So tell us a little more about your experience, like why that niche. You're good at math. So talk a little bit about how it is you help people pass that exam and how you're especially qualified for that.
I've always been good with math, and I show them step by step how to do each math problem. We go over like area and amortization, prorations, net operating income, gross rent multiplier, and all the math on the exam. And I just show them step by step how to do each math problem, and show them in an easy way so they can understand it, so they can go into the testing center confident and ready to pass the exam.
Wow, I love all of that. That just sounded like massive relief, So here, what I want you to do is make a video like you did for that exam group and post it like once a week in my group, just how you can help people. And I would also encourage you to post that a little video, like 5-minute video in a bunch of other real estate investment groups. And realtor groups. That's going to be the way to promote that service for you, Juaquisha. Am I saying your name correctly?
You are.
Okay, good. So because like there's 800 plus real estate investment Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of real estate, like retail real estate groups where realtors are selling homes. That would be, because agents are really your market, but a lot of investors are interested in getting their licenses. And the chat's blowing up here. So let me just say, hey, Beth Martinell, Tim Welting. Hi, Rose Lopez. Kathy Thornburg, I miss you. And Lori Hollis, Rachel Naomi Exo. Hey, Rachel, Gavin, Lori Hollis. All right, we've got a good boy. It's I guess everyone missed us. I was dark. Tracy Perez is here. Hi, everybody. So I think things would explode for you if all you did was post a little quick video in a bunch of real estate Facebook groups. And what my VA Rose does for me, hi Rose, she creates, like I'm part of hundreds of groups and you can't manage all that, and Rose does all that for me. And what she did is created a spreadsheet and she tracks all the real estate investment groups we're in. And I'm in other groups too, but we don't track those, like personal groups. You might do that because when you join groups, the way Facebook has them laid out, it's not easy to get in there and keep track in Facebook. But if you had a spreadsheet and you just had a schedule and you based your schedule on when you were posting that video every week, I bet you anything your business would explode.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, that's what today's podcast is for, is helping up and coming. Okay, let's see. All right. Yay. So we got people. Rose is doing her job, making comments for me. All right. So, talk a little bit about some of those calculations because we use them, especially rental. Okay. Because a lot of real estate investors, there's a way to analyze deals if you're doing wholesaling or if you're doing a rehab or a flip. but there's a whole different way to analyze deals that are rentals. So
Mhm.
talk specifically about some of those calculations that you help real estate agents get to pass the exam. Go into a little more detail.
Like net operating income, we talk about that. That's the value of the building or the apartment building times the cap rate. And then when you talk about gross rent multiplier, which is the sales price divided by the monthly rental income, we do basically.
You know what? Do you have a way to show on a whiteboard, or can you? Let me give you a. Let me help. Let me let you share screen,
Okay.
and maybe you could do an example. You up for that, or am I putting you on the
Sure.
spot too much?
I can do an example.
All right,
Okay.
because this is definitely one that people who are buying rentals need to know.
Yeah.
And this is more for a real estate investor. So I'm glad to hear on the real estate exam for agents that they need to learn these things and pass. But okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, lay out the formula.
okay, net operating income is equal to
Hey,
value.
Sevelin and Daisy, thanks for
Value of the
coming.
building.
Zach Hutton, good to see everybody.
Times cap rate or
So if you're
capitalization
just,
rate.
hold on just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
If you're just joining us, Juaquisha has a special niche. She's not actually a real estate investor. What Juaquisha does, she's learning, she's new, she wants to. Hey, James Zimmerman, thanks for joining us. What Juaquisha does is anybody who's interested in getting their real estate license, Juaquisha noticed that a lot of people fail their licensing exam because of the math portion and all these formulas. And what I've asked her to do right now is specific to real estate investors, rentals, because there's a lot of funky kind of calculations in order to determine if a rental is a good investment or not. So she's doing that for us right now. She's talking about net operating income and the value of the building and going through the formula for that. So go ahead, Juaquisha.
Okay, so net operating income is equal to the value of the building times the capitalization rate, but I like to abbreviate it to cap rate. So I'm gonna do a word problem. I'm gonna use Rayana's name. Oh, come on.
Income.
Okay.
Okay.
So it says Rayanna has a building or apartment that is valued at 550,000 and the cap rate is 5%. What is the net operating income? So remember,
don't tell anybody. Everybody, I want you to play. So everybody, get your phone calculator out. Everybody, come on, come play with us and let's do it. So the formula is that you multiply 550,000 by 5%, which you just
Correct.
do 0.05.
Correct.
And so your net operating income on this rental would be, I'm waiting until some people show up. So
Okay.
what is the net operating income, everybody? If Gavin's still here, I know Gavin knows how to do this because he's got a bunch of rentals. So what is, come on, don't be shy. In my circles, we call that value gross operating income. That's fine, Brian. So what, I know you know it, Brian, so don't put in the answer. So what is it, guys? It's a simple multiplication it's, you're multiplying 550 by 5%. And the way you would do that is 0.05. What does that number end up being for net operating income or gross operating income? No, net operating income. It would be net.
Mhm.
So come on, folks. I don't see anybody sending in the number. You guys, come on, engage. So it's 27,500.
Correct. That is your net operating income.
All right. So let's do another not of this. So that is a, you know, and Brian, feel free to get in here and say what you want to say about the importance of this particular equation in acquiring rentals. So Brian, go ahead and, you know, jump in here if you want. In fact, Brian, I'm going to, what I'm going to do, Brian, if you're interested, is I am going to send you, anybody can join us, but I'm going to send you guys in the chat, Brian or anybody else who wants to jump on the Zoom with us right now. Let me just get the link out to you guys. All right, if you want to hop on the Zoom and have a conversation about this, here's the Zoom link. So Brian, if you want to jump on with us, because Brian really knows when it comes to rentals. Brian is a good person to know because he helps real estate investors acquire rentals. All right, so what's another formula and that you help people with? So that's a really simple, that's a really simple equation. What's another one people get tripped up on?
Well, another one dealing with rentals is like gross rent multiplier.
Okay.
So you divide sales price by monthly rental income. So let's see.
You don't have to write it out, just say it. Yeah, that way it's not so much work on you.
Okay.
So let's say you have, you know, say the scenario you want to say.
Okay.
And you can write the numbers down on there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I said Juaquisha has a property that sold for $1 million.
Okay.
And the monthly rental, well, let's see. Yeah, monthly rental income is, let's say, 25,000. Well, yeah, 25,000 on it. What is the gross rent multiplier?
Okay. So get your calculators out, folks, and come on, engage, try it, do this. All right. So let's do it again. So if we take 1 million and we multiply, no, we divide by 25,000. What do we get, folks? What is our gross rent multiplier? I got 40.
That's correct.
Now, explain to people what gross rent multiplier is.
Hold on, let me think.
And Brian, you're welcome to jump in here and comment too if you want. All
It
right.
is I'm trying to think. Hold on, give me a moment.
Yeah, I don't want to put you on the spot. That's okay. What's another equation that other that people get stuck on?
Mostly in my niche, they get stuck on like amortization or prorations, which is part of the, I guess the mortgage statement or the closing statement.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's funny that you're not a real estate investor and you know these calculations, but you're not sure, you don't know actually what they are. You just know the math piece.
Yes.
Yes. So Nathan Dobbins, welcome. And Beth is saying the rent collected every month. So what, any other equations you feel like you want to share that tend to really trip people up?
No, those really the only two equations that has to do with rent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And this, we're talking for those of you just joining us, and you can stop sharing if you want now.
Okay.
We're talking, Juaquisha is a math whiz, and she found a niche when people were applying, were doing the real estate agent exam that a lot of people fail because of the math portion. And so she's found a little niche where she helps real estate agents and investors who are wanting to pass the exam. She helps simplify and break down how to do the math portion on real estate licensing exams. I just think that's so cool. Now, she's not an investor yet. So tell us a little bit about what are your dreams with regard to investing in real estate?
Invest in real estate. I want to invest in like beach houses, like in my favorite places like Folly Beach and New Smyrna Beach, mostly beach investments. So I can rent them out to people and then also be able to stay there ourselves. That's my goal.
Okay. And what area do you live in right now?
I live in Gastonia, North Carolina.
Okay, so are you near a beach? I don't know where that is.
I'm 3 hours away.
Okay, so so would you invest on the Outer Banks?
Yes, I would.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
So what do you need in order to take the first step towards doing that?
I get I guess I need help with the finding the right phone numbers. Because every time I try to call them, this phone number is no longer in service.
Yeah, so what you need is, okay, so what you need, now first, where are you getting your lists?
I get mine off of True People Search on Google.
You're searching for homeowners?
Yes.
Okay. There's also another service called Batch Leads. And anybody else who's watching, where are you pulling your lists from? What's your lead list source? So Batch Leads is another place because you can really get very specific for the type of owner you're looking for. For example, you can pull a vacant owner high equity list. Okay. But to clean up the list so that the numbers you have are, correct, that's a skip tracing. Skip tracing. And what skip tracing is it's like a private eye, like private investigation service, but specifically tailored to real estate investors, helping them find accurate owner information so that you're not blowing through a bunch of disconnected phone numbers or people that don't actually own the home or whatever. Now, it doesn't clean up the list completely, and it does pay for a decent skip tracing service. You're going to get spammed. There's a lot of them out there, and cheaper is not necessarily better. It doesn't, and there's some good skip tracing companies. Findtheowner.com is one. Anybody else who has some skip tracing services you'd like, please feel free to put them in the chat. So what you need to do is find a property. Do you know how to analyze a property to determine if it's a good investment?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so finding the property isn't enough. It sounds like you need some basic education on just understanding the fundamentals of how to evaluate a deal.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so there are a lot of tools, but I want to direct you to Bigger Pockets.
Mhm.
Bigger Pockets is a company that does a lot of research. They have a lot of articles. There's a lot of heavy hitters that do that get hosted in Bigger Pockets, but they have tools that you can use, you know, analyzing tools. But I would recommend investing in some education. And I think Bigger Pockets is probably the most affordable. They have a lot of free webinars. And because just buying a house on a beach isn't investing, you know, you've
No.
got to, that you're looking at what are repairs going to cost, what are holding costs, what are the financing costs, what are the closing costs, you know, pulling comps, determining if, you know, the market value, and also running some of these equations to determine if you're going to rent it out, it's a good deal. So reason that's important is coaching someone that before they started coaching with me, they bought a single family residence. They bought a house as a rental, didn't really know what they were doing, and closed on it. It just needed some cosmetic work. They did it themselves. And then they put it on the market, and we started breaking down the costs of property management, of maintenance, of, you know, a variety of things. And he was actually going to be losing money every month.
Wow.
And I said, you need to raise the rent. You need to ask for more. And I think now he's just barely breaking even. So knowing the numbers as a real estate investor, knowing how to evaluate something is crucial. Because you know, this guy's getting $2,400 in rent, and you think, okay, great, I'm getting $2,400 in rent, but with the paying of the property management, they take 8%. He's, you know, the maintenance, you know, so it's important as real estate investors that you get good at the numbers. And since you're already good with numbers, so I would start with Bigger Pockets. I would start jumping on any free trainings you can get. Brian Fine, who's on here today, he has a group, but it's not for beginners, but he's very good at helping people with acquiring rentals. But there's a lot of resources to take advantage of. And if you are really serious about making that dream a reality, start just taking a little bit of action in the direction of learning how to evaluate properties. And so Bigger Pockets is a good place to start. Let me see who else is on there.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, so Mike Valdez. Hey, Mike. Alex Savio, Sevelin, Rose. Everybody, thanks for joining us. It's going to be a relatively short one today. So Juaquisha, wanted to ask you, what's been the biggest challenge in your business as someone who helps agents and investors pass the real estate exam? What has been the biggest challenge for you in that business? Is it getting clients or?
Lately, yeah, the biggest challenge is getting clients. I guess the market is shifting a little, so yeah, be kind of hard to get clients, but I'm staying consistent by posting and giving value. So I'm still learning the whole marketing process. So
yeah, and I gave you some suggestions early on that start joining real estate groups, investor groups, realtor groups,
Mhm,
buy and sell groups,
mhm.
and keep track in a spreadsheet and start posting just a short little video introducing yourself and what you do in those groups at minimum once a week, and see
Mhm,
what that does. I'm sure that will drum up some leads, because you did that once before and you
mhm,
got what, 8 clients out of it or something? Yeah,
I
so
did. Mhm.
awesome. Well, so is there anything we haven't covered or anything that you'd like to share that you didn't get a chance to?
Um, well, I just love helping aspiring real estate agents pass the math portion of the exam. It just brings me joy seeing that sigh of relief on their face because they understand the math and they're ready to go conquer that real estate exam. So yeah, that's about it. And if I could
Okay.
shout anything is with God all things are possible, and that you can pass your real estate exam. All you have to do is just hire me. I'm here to help.
All right. So that's her rooftop message. So thanks so much, Juaquisha, for
Oh, you're welcome.
agreeing to
Thank
be a
y'all for
guest.
tuning in.
Yes. And thanks, everybody. I'm back from a great trip to Argentina. And so we will have a full week on Monday next week. We'll have our mindset and marketing Monday with me and Rufus Thibodeau at 6 p.m. Eastern Monday. Wednesday, we will have a top 5% podcast, and our guest will be Ammon Brimhall. And for those of you in the fortune builders world, you absolutely know Ammon. But what I love about Ammon, he's my pal, is he's really brilliant at breaking down the minute detail. You'll want to be on that one, Juaquisha.
Okay.
He's very good at breaking down the very practical little steps of actually, how do I do this one piece as a real estate investor?
Mhm.
Talking about the contracts, the paperwork, all of that. He's very good at very practical breaking down the transactional side of the business. So that's Ammon on Wednesday at noon Eastern. And then we have VJ Patel on Friday at noon. So everybody, I'm glad. Thanks for such a great turnout today. And everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much, Juaquisha.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You're
having me.
welcome. And thank y'all
All
for
right.
tuning in. Bye bye.